the same person you fell in love with.
The same person who tell lies and keep secrets.
I love you.
I don't want to hear that from your mouth again.
It's not.
It's
not as bad as...
Don't come close to me.
Daniel.
Don't come close to me.
Please try to understand. You don't know how hard it was to...
I have a lot of secrets.
I have no more secrets. Daniel's not going to accept me for who I am. You know what? Him.
Listen carefully, because this didn't start with a fight. It didn't start with cheating. It started with something much smaller, something most people would ignore. Lisa noticed it the night Daniel fell asleep with his phone in his hand. Not unusual, right? Except his screen was still on. And the message wasn't from anyone she knew. No name, no contact picture, just one line. Same plan tonight? That was it. No emojis, no context. Just enough to make your stomach drop. Lisa didn't open it. She just stared. Because sometimes you don't need proof to feel something is wrong. You just know. At first, she tried to be rational. Maybe it's work. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe she's overthinking. That's what people do when the truth feels dangerous. They protect the lie before it's even confirmed. But over the next few days, things started adding up. Daniel was different. Not dramatically. That would be easier to catch. No, it was subtle. He started locking his phone again. After months of leaving it open, he began stepping outside to take calls. Short calls. Quiet voice. Always the same line. I'll call you later. And the worst part? He became nicer. Too nice. More attentive. More calm. More controlled. Like someone trying to balance something. That's when Lisa made her first mistake. She stayed quiet. Because silence feels like control. But in reality, it gives the other person more room to hide. 3 nights later, everything shifted. Daniel told her he had to stay late. No explanation. No details. Just late. Lisa nodded, smiled even, but something inside her had already changed. This wasn't curiosity anymore. This was instinct. So she did something she never thought she would do. She followed him. At first, it felt ridiculous. She kept her distance, heart racing, hands shaking. Every red light felt like a decision point. Turn back now. Stop this. Trust him. But she didn't. Because deep down, she already didn't trust him. Daniel didn't go to work. He drove past it. Straight through. No hesitation, like he had done this before. That's when Lisa's chest tightened. Because now, this wasn't suspicion. This was direction. He pulled into a quiet street. No restaurants. No offices. Just houses. Normal houses. The kind of place where nothing dramatic is supposed to happen. Lisa parked 2 blocks away. Her hands were cold now. Not shaking, just still. Like her body had already accepted something her mind wasn't ready for. She watched as Daniel stepped out of the car. Looked around. Not nervously. Carefully, like someone checking if they were being seen. And then, he walked straight to a house, knocked once, not like a guest, like someone expected. The door opened immediately. Too fast, like they were waiting. Lisa couldn't see the person clearly, just a silhouette. But she saw one thing, one detail she will never forget. Daniel didn't hesitate. He didn't explain. He didn't even look back. He stepped inside, like he belonged there, and the door closed. That was the moment everything inside Lisa broke. Not loudly, not dramatically, silently. Because the worst kind of betrayal isn't what you catch. It's what you realize, without needing to see more. But here's the part Lisa didn't understand yet. This wasn't just cheating. This wasn't just a secret. Daniel wasn't hiding a mistake. He was living a completely different life. Lisa sat in the car for almost 20 minutes. She did not cry. She did not scream. She just stared at that front door like it might open and explain everything on its own. But it stayed shut. And every second made one thing worse. Daniel was not rushing to leave. He was comfortable. That was the detail that hurt most. Not panic. Not confusion. Comfort. Like this place mattered. Like whoever was inside was not new. Lisa finally grabbed her phone and checked the time. 43 minutes. Then 51. Then 1 hour and 6 minutes. By then, her mind was doing what minds do when the heart is under attack. Maybe it was family. Maybe it was some private problem. Maybe there was a reason. But another voice kept cutting through every excuse. Then why did he lie? That question stayed. Cold. Simple. Brutal. When Daniel finally came out, Lisa ducked down so fast she almost dropped her phone. He looked relaxed. That was the second detail she could not forgive. No stress in his face. No sign of conflict. Nothing that looked like a man carrying guilt. He got into his car and drove off. Lisa waited almost a full minute before stepping out. Her legs felt weak, but now She was past fear. She needed something real, something she could hold on to. She walked slowly toward the house, trying to act like she belonged on that street. The porch light was still on, soft yellow, warm, ordinary. That made it feel even worse. Nothing about the house looked dangerous. It looked lived in. On the front step was a small pair of women's shoes. Next to them, a child's sneaker. Lisa froze. A child. Her chest tightened so hard she had to breathe through her mouth. That changed everything. This was no longer just some secret meetup. This looked domestic, personal, ongoing. She looked at the mailbox. No Daniel. But that meant nothing. If he was hiding a second life, he was not stupid enough to put his name on the front of it. Still, one last detail caught her eye. Through the side window, barely visible behind a curtain, she saw a framed picture on a shelf. She stepped closer. Not too close, just enough. And there he was. Daniel, smiling, standing beside a woman Lisa had never seen. Not a random photo, not cropped, not blurry, a real picture, framed like it mattered. Lisa stepped back so fast, her heel slipped off the edge of the porch. Her whole body went cold. This was not an affair in the usual sense. Affairs are messy, hidden, temporary. This looked built, organized, maintained. She got back into her car and locked the doors even though nobody was around. Then the shaking started. Not soft shaking. The kind that takes over your hands first, then your chest, then your throat. She opened her messages with Daniel and scrolled up. Good morning texts. Inside jokes, plans for next month, promises. Every sweet message now looked fake, or worse, copied, like he had said the same things to someone else on another phone, in another house, maybe an hour earlier. That thought nearly made her sick. Then came the moment Lisa would replay in her head for days. She noticed a charge on their shared bank app. It had happened that same afternoon. A grocery store, not near Daniel's work, not near their apartment, near that house. Lisa zoomed in and stared at it. It was small, but devastating. Milk, bread, juice, household things. Not gifts, not hotel bills, not flashy proof, real-life proof. The kind that says someone is helping support a home. The kind that says this is not random. This is routine. By the time Lisa pulled into her own driveway, one truth had become impossible to avoid. Daniel had not been sneaking around for excitement. He had been maintaining another world. And Lisa was no longer asking whether he was lying. Now, she needed to know how long she had been living inside his lie. She barely slept that night. At 2:14 in the morning, Daniel slipped into bed beside her and whispered one quiet sentence into the dark. You still awake? Lisa kept her eyes closed. Because if she looked at him in that moment, she knew one thing for sure. She would not be able to pretend anymore. And the next morning, she found something even worse than the photo. She found a name. Lisa didn't go looking for it. That's what she kept telling herself. But at some point, curiosity stops being curiosity and turns into survival. Daniel was in the shower. His phone was on the nightstand, face down, silent, like always. Lisa stood there for a full 10 seconds, not touching it, just staring. Because once you cross that line, there's no going back. No more guessing, no more pretending. Only truth. She picked it up. The passcode wasn't new. That part almost made her laugh. After everything, he didn't even bother to change it. Or maybe he didn't think she would ever check. The screen unlocked. Normal at first glance. Messages, apps, notifications. Nothing screaming double life, but Lisa wasn't looking for obvious anymore. She was looking for patterns. Then she saw it. A contact saved under a fake name. Just one letter. M. No profile picture, no last name. But the chat told everything. Lisa opened it. Her heart was beating so loud she could barely hear the shower running. The last message. Did you leave already? Timestamp. Last night. Lisa scrolled up. Slowly. Carefully. Like each message could explode. Don't forget to pick up groceries. Did you talk to her? Same time tonight. Her hands started shaking again. Not from doubt this time. From clarity. Then she saw the message that ended everything. She still doesn't know, right? Lisa stopped breathing. Actually stopped. Like her body forgot what to do. And Daniel's reply came right after. No, she won't. That was it. No long explanation, no guilt, no hesitation, just certainty. Lisa dropped the phone back on the bed like it burned her, because in that moment, something inside her shifted permanently. It wasn't heartbreak anymore. It was realization. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't confusion. This wasn't even emotional weakness. This was strategy. Daniel wasn't juggling feelings. He was managing two lives. Lisa stepped back, trying to process it, trying to breathe, trying not to scream. Then the next thought hit her, hard, Cold, precise. Who is M? Not just a name, a role. A person who knew. A person who was part of this. Lisa grabbed the phone again. Faster this time. Less hesitation. She tapped the contact. No number saved publicly. But the call history was there. Frequent. Daily. Sometimes twice a day. Lisa opened the details. And there it was. An email linked to the contact. Not a random one. A full name. Maya. Lisa whispered it out loud without realizing. Maya. The name felt heavy, like it had been in the room longer than she knew. Then she remembered something. Small. Almost forgettable. 2 months ago, Daniel had mentioned a client. Someone he was helping with the situation. He never gave details. Just enough to sound believable. Lisa sat down slowly, because now everything was connecting. The late nights. The calls. The house. The photo. Maya wasn't random. Maya was the other life. And Lisa wasn't the partner anymore. She was the one being managed, the one being lied to, the one being kept in place, while Daniel lived somewhere else. And the worst part? Lisa realized something that made her stomach drop even further. Maya knew about her, but Lisa had just found out Maya existed. That imbalance? That was not an accident. That was control. Lisa didn't confront him. Not yet. Because now, this wasn't about emotion. This was about control. For the first time since everything started, Lisa wasn't reacting. She was thinking. Carefully. Cold. Daniel walked out of the shower like nothing had changed. Like the world was still normal. Like Lisa was still the version of herself he understood. "You okay?" he asked casually. Same tone. Same voice. The same man who had just texted another woman the night before. Lisa looked at him, really looked this time, and something clicked. He wasn't nervous. He wasn't guilty. He was comfortable. That was the most terrifying part, because comfort means practice. Lisa forced a small nod. Yeah, just tired. Daniel smiled. That same soft, reassuring smile, the one that used to make her feel safe. Now it felt like a tool. That night, Lisa didn't cry. She planned. She needed more than messages. More than a photo. She needed something undeniable. Something that would collapse his entire story in one moment. So she waited. 2 days later, the opportunity came. Daniel got a call. Same pattern. Phone buzzed. He glanced at it, then stood up. "I'll be right back," he said. Lisa watched him step outside. Door closing behind him. Voice dropping low. She moved instantly. No hesitation this time. Phone. Unlock. Messages. But she didn't open the chat. She already knew the truth. Instead, she went to something else. Photos. At first, nothing. Random pictures. Work stuff. Screenshots. Normal life. Then she checked the hidden folder. Password protected. Lisa stared at the screen. For a second, she almost stopped, because this felt like crossing into something irreversible. But then she remembered the message. She won't. Lisa entered the code. It opened. And everything fell apart. Pictures. Dozens of them. Daniel. In that same house. Sitting on a couch she had never seen. Laughing. Relaxed. Then more. Daniel. Standing next to a woman. Maya. Clear now. No doubt. No confusion. And then the one that broke everything completely. Daniel. Holding a child. Smiling in a way Lisa had never seen before. Not casual. Not staged. Real. Lisa felt her chest tighten so hard it hurt to breathe. Because this wasn't just another relationship. This was a life. A full life. And she wasn't part of it. She kept scrolling. Hands shaking. Vision blurring. Photos from weeks ago. Months ago. This wasn't new. This had been happening while he was telling her goodnight. While he was making plans. While he was promising things. Lisa dropped the phone on the bed. Stepped back. Because now there was nothing left to question. Daniel didn't have a secret. He had a system. And Lisa had been placed exactly where he wanted her. Not loved. Managed. Outside, Daniel's voice stopped. The call ended. Lisa's heart started racing again. Not from fear this time, from anticipation. Because now, she wasn't waiting for answers. She was deciding how to end it. And Daniel had no idea that his entire world was about to collapse. Lisa didn't sleep. Not even for a minute. She sat in the dark, replaying everything. Every message. Every lie. Every smile that now felt fake. But by morning, she was calm. Not peaceful. Not healed. Controlled. Daniel walked into the kitchen like it was any other day. Coffee. Phone. Same routine. Same life. Except it wasn't the same anymore. Morning, he said. Lisa looked at him. No anger in her face. No emotion at all. Morning. That's when Daniel hesitated. Just slightly. Because something felt off. But he ignored it. Because people like Daniel don't expect consequences. They expect continuation. Lisa placed her phone on the table. Screen down. Sit, she said. Simple. Flat. Daniel frowned. Half confused. Half curious. But he sat. There was a pause. Heavy. uncomfortable. Then Lisa flipped the phone. The first image. Daniel. Maya. That house. His face changed instantly. Not shock, not denial, recognition. Lisa watched it happen. That exact moment where a lie realizes it's over. You want to explain this? She asked. Daniel didn't speak. Didn't even try. Lisa swiped. Next photo. Daniel holding the child. Smiling. Or this. Her voice was sharper now. Still controlled. But cutting. Silence. And then finally, Daniel exhaled. Not like someone caught. Like someone tired of pretending. It's not what you think, Lisa almost laughed. Not because it was funny, because it was predictable. Really? She said quietly. Because it looks exactly like what I think. Daniel ran his hand through his hair. Thinking. Calculating. That's when Lisa understood something else. Even now, he wasn't thinking about her. He was thinking about damage control. Lisa, I was going to tell you that sentence. The oldest lie in existence. Lisa leaned forward slightly. Eyes locked on him. When? She asked. Daniel didn't answer. Because there was no answer. Lisa nodded slowly, as if confirming something to herself. Then she said the one thing Daniel didn't expect. She knows about me. That hit him. Hard. Because now, the balance was gone. You built 2 lives, Lisa continued, voice steady. But only one of us was living in the dark. Daniel finally looked shaken. Not guilty. Exposed. Lisa stood up. No drama. No shouting. Just final. I saw the messages, she said. I saw the house. I saw the kid. Each word landed heavier than the last. You didn't make a mistake, Daniel. A pause. You made a choice. Every single day, silence filled the room again. But this time, it was different. There was nothing left to say. Daniel didn't follow her when she walked away. Didn't stop her. Didn't explain. Because some endings don't need noise. They just need truth. And the truth was simple. Daniel didn't lose Lisa in that moment. He lost control. And that was the only thing he ever really cared about.